You walk through the door after a day where absolutely everything went wrong. Your boss yelled, your car made a strange noise on the highway, and your bank account is looking thin. You expect to see that chaos reflected in your living room, but instead, the pillows are perfectly fluffed, the kitchen counters shine under the dim yellow light, the air smells like lemon and lavender. In that moment, the mental noise of the day simply stops. A wave of peace washes over you, so thick you can almost taste it. For some, the act of putting a dish in a rack or folding a shirt into a perfect square provides a sense of sanctuary that borders on the spiritual. Take Sarah. She is 32, a successful professional, but her Friday nights look different than most. While her friends are out at bars, Sarah is home, on her hands and knees with a microfiber cloth, cleaning the baseboards of her hallway. An outsider might see a mundane chore, but for Sarah, each scrub is an act of self-preservation. She is reclaiming her environment from a world that she simply cannot control. For the organization obsessed, cleaning is a physical way to move internal anxieties into a manageable space. It is never actually about the dust. Sarah grew up in a house defined by unpredictability. Her parents were loving but chaotic. Keys were always missing, bills were lost, and the kitchen table was a graveyard of unopened mail. As a child, she learned early on that if she couldn't control her parents' moods or the shouting matches in the next room, she could at least control her sock drawer. When life feels overwhelming, the amygdala, the part of your brain handling survival, starts firing, signaling danger. Organizing a space sends a counter-signal. By deciding where objects belong, you tell your brain you are safe and the environment is mastered. This sense of safety triggers a hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. It provides a biological reward for creating order, reinforcing the urge to clean whenever stress levels rise. By focusing on the minutiae of her home, Sarah built a psychological fortress to keep an unpredictable universe at bay. On a Tuesday night, Sarah finished deep cleaning her refrigerator. Every jar faced forward, every vegetable sat in its designated drawer. She stood back, waiting for the familiar warm glow of "I'm okay," but it didn't come. She looked at her sparkling kitchen and realized it looked like a sterile showroom, not a home. Her coping mechanism had become a cage. A single stray crumb on the counter now induced a tightening in her chest that felt like a panic attack. She was cleaning because she was terrified of what would happen if she stopped. Our brains struggle with visual noise. Every cluttered corner sends thousands of data points to the brain, draining mental energy rapidly. Organizing provides a temporary brain vacation by silencing that noise. But chasing a state of zero noise eventually removes the signs of life. Sarah had spent so much time organizing her life that she had forgotten to live it. She stopped hosting friends to avoid coffee table rings. She stopped cooking complex meals to keep the kitchen pristine. Her need for a shield against the world had turned her into the queen of a very clean, very lonely castle. We use perfection to hide our messiness and our humanity. We believe that if the house is perfect, we are perfect, and if we are perfect, we can't be hurt. Across the hall, Sarah's neighbor Mark lived at the other end of the spectrum. His apartment was a disaster of books, clothes, and dust. Mark was grieving. He had lost his wife a year ago, and to him, the clutter was a comfort. Sweeping the floor felt like sweeping away the physical traces of the life they had shared. One night, a power outage plunged the entire building into total darkness. In that moment, Sarah's clean counters and Mark's messy floors were both invisible. They ended up sitting in the hallway together, sharing a single candle. In the forced stillness of the dark, the defenses they usually maintained through their belongings began to crack. Sarah spoke about the exhaustion of her constant vigilance against the mess, and Mark admitted that the silence of a clean room made his loss feel too heavy to bear. Whether running from the past through obsessive cleaning or drowning in it by holding on to every scrap of paper, they were both trapped by their relationship with their stuff. Sarah decided to challenge her fear by hosting a dinner party. She made one rule for herself: no cleaning would happen until every guest had gone home. Her heart raced as she watched the evening unfold. Red wine splashing near her white rug, crumbs falling onto the polished wood. She felt her sense of control slipping away in real time. But then she heard her friends laughing. She saw them leaning back into her pillows, relaxed and present. The warmth of the room began to outweigh the panic over the floor. She realized that the peace she thought she found in cleaning was actually a form of isolation. The true connection she needed required the very mess she was trying to prevent. The sense of rest we feel after a deep clean doesn't come from the environment itself. It comes from the permission we finally give ourselves to sit down once we feel the job is done. We treat organization as a cure for our stress, ignoring that the frantic need for order is often the stress itself, manifesting in the physical world. Sarah still cleans on Fridays, but she does it with the music turned up. She views the rhythmic scrubbing as a form of mindfulness, a moving meditation that grounds her in the present moment, rather than a shield against her past. Now she intentionally leaves one corner of her home messy. A half-finished puzzle or a stack of books serves as a reminder that a little bit of lint on the carpet is not a threat. Look around your own room right now. Find the messiest spot you can see. Instead of reaching for a trash bag or feeling a pang of guilt, just look at it. Clutter is a sign that you are moving, you are doing things, and making memories. It is proof of life. True organization is less about a spotless floor and more about the internal quiet that comes from knowing you are enough, even in the middle of a mess. Don't be so busy organizing your life that you forget to live it. No one remembers how clean your floors were. They remember how you made them feel when they walked through the door.